All right, like I said, there are pretty much three parts to this answer: the h, the k, and the r squared part. Okay? You know the h and the k. Here's the h, and here's the k. Okay? So we can fill in that much of it. We know that this equation starts out x minus a negative 6 squared plus y minus a 2 squared, and that's going to equal r squared. Okay, so what we need to do is figure out what the radius is. So how can we find the radius? There's a couple different ways, Andrew.
Use the distance formula.
Okay, so if you know that this is the center and this is a point on the circle, well, the distance from the center to a point on the circle is the radius, right? So we can use the distance formula. So if distance is equal to the square root of the difference of the x's, so negative 1 minus a negative 6 quantity squared, plus the difference of the y's, 5 minus a 2 quantity squared. And so if we solve for that, we get 5 squared, which is 25, plus 3 squared, which is 9, which gives us root 34. So if our distance, which again is the radius, if our r value is root 34, what is r squared going to be? 34. So we can plug that right in, right? So our answer is going to be this. And now there's another way that you can approach it. It's based on the same thing because if you recall, the equation for a circle is just the distance formula, right? The only difference between this calculation right here and this equation of a circle is that we basically square both sides to get rid of the square root, and then it becomes this equation. The circle equation is just the distance formula, okay, written in a different form. So what we could have done, the only piece that we needed from this problem to start with is r squared. So what we could have done is we could have taken this set of points, plugged in our x coordinate and our y coordinate, and we could have actually solved for r squared. We don't even need to know what r is individually. We just need to know what r squared is. So if we had done that, again, notice how similar it is to this distance formula. But if we plugged in a negative 1 plus 6 squared, plus plug in our y that we know lies on the circle, 5 minus 2 squared. If we know that's going to equal r squared, we get 5 squared plus 3 squared, which is this, right? 25 plus 9. So r squared is 34. So we could have taken this and plugged it directly in instead of just solving for the radius. I don't care which one you use, but you do see how you can approach it two different ways.